Hello and welcome to Gaming Side by Side. Today we will be playing Minigolf Designer by Thematic Games.
In Minigolf Designer, you will be taking the role of a mini golf architect, trying to design a course. We will be drafting and placing tiles throughout the course to see who can design the best course for our specific clients.
Let's get started.
Setup is complete, and let's see what we have here. So the very first thing are the clients that are important to us. So we have Mr. Turner, and Mr. Turner, if you can see him right there, he gets points for he gets 2 points for every hole with at least one corner in the hole. So we want to curve our mini golf courses around a lot.
At least one corner.
At least one. So you can have multiple ones. You still only get 2 points.
Right, which I think I forgot the last time we played him.
Yep. Second, we have Mrs. Sprinkle, and she gives you 2 points per water pool that you have in your land or in the hole itself. And our land cards have water features in them by decoration, which is what these tiles represent right here. Those do not count towards Mrs. Sprinkle.
Mm-hmm. They also don't count for tile placement. Like, I don't have this placement valid open to me yet.
Correct. Yep. So these are strictly to help you visualize the layout of your landscape. They don't actually count towards bonuses, and they don't count when you do any tile placement whatsoever. You're still restricted by the tiles that you place manually. And I think that is everything. We drew our players. I will go first, and let's get started. So, there's not really much out there. There's a hole and some other little features right there. I think I will actually go ahead and select that hole. And I'm going to put it diagonal right here.
Your map tile is weird. Your
My
map card
is a little weird. It's got this like edge that goes out here, and then it almost looks like a Y that's sideways.
It does. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine is pretty square. It just has the water feature in the middle.
In the middle that you have to work around. Yep.
And since I'm going to have to go after you next time anyways, I'm going to take this one because it gives me 3 people, and those people are playing this game.
Yep, that's a little mini golf designer inception there.
Yeah, so the people are playing mini golf.
Inside the mini golf designer game. That's really cool. All right, so the next 3 that come out, we have 2 1s and a 10. The 10 will go here, and we'll randomly pick one of these ones to go first. And there we go. This one goes back into the bag. All right, so next up, I think what I'm going to end up doing is selecting this straightaway piece. I'm going to get this. I'm assuming that this is going to be my number 1 hole. It'll probably start here, probably plan to come around, go down, and then come back and end sort of over here. That looks to be good right now.
And then I'm going to grab this one because for Mr. Turner.
Mr. Turner would like that
arrow on this one.
Nope, doesn't look to be any kind of arrow on that one. It's just all a matter of where you're going to place it.
Let's place it like that. And this game is so interesting for tiling because you can place kitty
You can
corner.
place diagonally, yes. That is, I haven't seen many tiling games that do that.
Sorry, I can't figure out this turn.
There you go.
There. Thank you.
And this circle does have curves in it, but I don't believe it counts as a turn itself. So
Don't believe so.
That doesn't count for my Mr. Turner. All right. Next up,
I'll pull that down for you.
3 more. And we have an 11, 9, and 13.
Reminds me of King Domino, the placing
yes,
of
the placement
tiles.
on it. Yep. It's very King Domino-like, where you place them in numerical order to determine who goes first and whatnot. Okay. This is tricky. We don't get any points for dogs or anything like that, so I think I am going to grab one of these corners for Mr. Turner.
First.
And I think
I'm glad I don't have
I
your
go
map.
3 that way. I think I'll leave those for landscapes. I'm gonna start to plan that this is probably going to be my number 2 hole with this one as my number 1. And number 3, I'm thinking is going to be somewhere around there. Just trying to visualize the layout of the mini golf course.
Mm-hmm. And I grabbed the tee box right there, and that is, I don't see why it wouldn't be my number 1
That makes
hole.
sense right now to be your number 1.
It really does.
All right.
This down.
And 3 more come out. We have a 2, a 3, and a 12. And let's go ahead and put this one back in the bag. And what? I'm first again. Okay, I think right now it makes sense for me to go ahead and grab this hole. And this will be the hole for my number 2 hole. It only adds a par 2 to the hole, so I think that's a pretty good one. And since this corner right here doesn't add anything, I could have a 1 or a 2 or even a 3 up here, and I will still be in the green limit.
And I'm going to grab this one here because I would like to go first. I'm sick of going second.
You're tired of me going first.
And this hole is going to have 2 turns, but it's not going to count twice towards Mr. Turner, just the 1 time.
Yes, yes. And that one's nice because it gives you, this tile gives you some wiggle room around your landscape, but it doesn't actually cost anything for par.
Par, yes. Yeah, par is in these little flags in the corner.
All right, next one, if you could pull that down for me.
Of course.
We have a 2, a 9, and an 11, and this one goes back in the bag. All right, so our options here, there is another turn out there, cost of 3 par to go up that hill and down through there. There's also a hole and a tee box. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking either I could grab this hole for my number 1 or my number 9. I don't think I'm ready for the tee box yet or that number 3 corner. So I'm going to grab the hole, but I just don't know where I'm going to place it yet. If I place it here, hole number 1 is done. If I place it here, hole number 9 is starting, but just backwards.
Yep.
And this will be a little, I think I'm going to place it here.
All right, so
Hole number 1 is done, and so I can place my cubes.
I think
It's a par 3.
I'm probably going to end up finishing off my hole number 1 as well. So
And
let's go ahead and set a tee box there. And that will give me a par of 4 for hole number 1.
And I had a par of 3. And these aren't set. Like, I could make that hole 4 if I wanted to later.
Yep.
But I don't see why
Yeah,
I would.
since it connects to your entrance, you're going to get a course bonus for a circuit for that.
Right.
So it does make sense to kind of lay it down there now. All right, 3 more.
I get to go first again.
We have 2 13s and an 8. So the 8 goes first, and then we'll mix these up, and the 13s will come out. All right, this goes back in the bag, and you are up first.
All right, I'm going to go grab this tee box for 1, and it's going to be my number 2. I'm going to put it
Number 2, okay.
here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as far north as my course can go if I follow my map.
I believe I'm just going to go ahead and grab this little filler one here. It's got 2 guys on it, so that will be 2 points for popularity. And I will finish off this row on the end here. I still have 2 more that I need to place here, and then my main focus will be over here in my area.
All right, and I'll pull this down. Yeah, my first hole is a very popular place to be. I have a lot of
You have a
people.
lot of people on that hole. That's
do.
correct. 3, 6, and 13. And this goes back in the bag.
I actually picked this mostly because I wanted this corner for Mr. Turner, and it has
has
3
little water features. That is correct.
for
And
Miss Sprinkle.
if you don't
Mrs.
actually
Sprinkle.
know if that's correct, the game comes with this little reference sheet here, and you can find the tile that you're currently looking at to see if it does have that many pieces. And over here, you probably can't read this, but it does say it has 1 person, 3 pools, 1 pipe, and 1 flower. So that does count as 3 water features, which will end up being 6 points for Mrs. Sprinkle on that 1 tile.
And 2 points for Mr. Turner.
Right, that's a fantastic tile. I saw that the moment it came out.
Which is, I mean, the tee box was nice, but I cared way more about that.
About those 6 points right there.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter on these 2. I'll go ahead and grab the people in the blanket because they look like they're having fun playing some kind of card game. So they will go right over here.
Because you liked the way it looked the best at this point. And
Yep, sometimes it needs to be aesthetically pleasing to make my course look its best.
Yeah, there was no reason to take that other tile for this particular game.
Correct. 6, 8, and 12. That goes back in the box. All right, Melissa, you are up.
All right, I'm going to grab this 2, and I'm going to start my 9 hole.
Okay. That looks good. And I believe I'm going to come over here. I could grab a tee box and finish off my hole number 2. Or I could start my hole number 3, or I could get 3 more people. I think I'm going to go for the tee box. Sometimes I get stuck in needing a tee box.
It's true.
So I'm going to actually start hole number 3, and hole number 3 is going to start to go down.
I can't visualize what your map is even like.
So I got in my map I have 2 more spaces that come down here, and it starts to go over to the side.
It's just super goofy. I do prefer the square maps. I messed up some non-square maps.
It's your poor spatial reasoning
It is my poor spatial reasoning.
That's correct.
You always make fun of me when I say that. I feel like you don't believe that.
All right, 2, 6, and 9. And Melissa, you are first again.
Woohoo! I don't really care about anything there. How big is your map, by the way?
My map is a 420 meter square map. And you?
420 meters square.
Okay, so what that means is if we never pass, then we'll most likely finish at the same time. Sometimes the map areas are bigger, and it kind of allows you to gauge, okay, how many times can I pass before my opponent is going to be finishing their map.
I think I might pass.
You're going to pass on this one?
I don't really like anything there, so
Okay.
I'm going to sit on the bench and just pass.
Gotcha. For me, I think I'm going to keep going, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and grab this 3 in the middle. This will give me a water feature for Mrs. Sprinkle. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get a turn in hole 3, but it's starting to look kind of cool.
All right, I'll pull this down. And now we'll have 2 tiles to put back in the bag from that row because I didn't take one.
All right. We have a 1, a 2, and a 5. 2 and a 5.
It's interesting. We've played this game so many times, and I don't know if we've never pulled that tile or because we have Mrs. Sprinkle, but...
Now you're paying attention to it? Yeah.
So I get to go first since I passed because I'm the farthest on the left. And I'm going to take this because I'm nervous about getting a 1 par hole when this hole is already a par 4. So now it's a par 5.
And I'm going to go ahead and grab this turn right here. And I think I'm planning on hole 3 ending right here and hole 4 starting roughly around here. So I think if hole 4 starts to go up, it can curve and end here and give me a little bit of wiggle room over here. So I think that's going to be the best spot for it. All right, draw 3 more tiles.
I think I'm going to put this here for my second hole.
That'll be your second one.
And it's a par 5. So right now I'm looking good par-wise because I have a 3 and a 5.
And those even out. Yeah, you want an average of a par 4 in order to hit that 36 that you need. 2 and 8, and that goes in the bag. All right. So let's see. I'm up here, and it's going to be really hard to ignore that pool. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and I think that will fit nicely right here in between these holes. There we go.
That is pretty nice. I'm going to grab this man who seems to have lost his ball in the bushes. Because I have a tendency to sometimes ignore the landscaping tiles, and then at the end I have all my holes done and I'm just waiting for landscaping tiles to come out.
Yep.
Or vice versa. I think it's happened both ways too.
Yeah. All right. We have a 3, a 6, and a 10. There's that Mrs. Tunnel that I got one time that loved the pipe and tunnels and stuff, which that one's worth 6 points for her, so that would have been a good one. I always remember that because I think that was like the first game we played.
I do too, and I feel like I wasn't understanding everything at that point. So,
all right, looks like I'm gonna go ahead and grab this hole right here. That will be a nice one to finish off my hole 3 and have it end in a par 5.
All right, what do I want here? I think I'm going to take this straight away. I'm not ready for a 3 hole. And I'm going to place this here because I'm hoping to get a tee box here. And I can place it because we can go kitty corner. It's not actually adjacent to the water feature.
Correct. Yeah.
Not the water feature, the lake.
The lake, yeah, the land.
Yeah.
All right. A 5 and 2 10s. We'll put the 5 on, randomly pick a 10, and be ready to go. Melissa, you are up.
I'm going to grab this corner.
Corner, okay.
Turn, I guess we call it, for Mr. Turner. I think I want it here.
All right. I think this tee box right here will go nicely for my hole 2. It'll turn it into a par 3, which will balance out my 5. Plus, it has a person on it, which will allow me a point for popularity. So that gives me a par 3 for hole 2.
I do apologize if these are super crooked.
You're fine.
Okay.
All right, 3 more. Okay, this is our first visit from our investors. So we'll put that aside and draw 1 more. Okay, so we have a 6, a 9, and a 13. So when a investor visits, you are allowed to look through your promise cards and pick some more promises that you feel like you're making. You don't have to pick any if you don't want to, but you can kind of look over at your opponents, see what they're doing, get a good basis, and see if there's any new promises you want to make for more scoring. So let's go ahead and look through our promises. And let's see, I think
I'm going to make this promise.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to make a promise. So let's go ahead and keep that secret. Keep those right here.
So far we've both made 2 promises. We have to make one at the beginning of the game,
Yes.
which is so nerve-wracking.
Yep, at the beginning of the advanced game, you have to make 1 promise that you're going to keep. And yeah, sometimes you just got to keep your eyes focused on that promise so you don't miss it.
Don't forget it, because
they can change the game. If you fail at your promise, you actually lose points.
Yes.
especially well in the 2-player game. If you aren't first, you actually lose 10 points instead of gaining 10 points. So it's a 20-point swing potentially if you both make the same promise.
And one makes it and one doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take this tee box for my hole number 3.
Okay. And I think I'm going to give up the right to go first and grab this hole. It's got 2 people on it, and it will go perfectly on hole number 4 right here.
All right. And I'm actually going to put my 3 out even though it's not done. Just as my little plan. Mm-hmm. And I'll pull it down.
Yeah, I mean, I got holes, or I got plans for holes that aren't even out there yet.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
So 1, a 1, and a 6. I always love the look of these crossover ones. I always try to use them, and I never know if I can.
You like those and the angled ones.
Yes.
There's ones that have like an angle on a corner, and then the opposite one's angled too.
Yeah, those are really cool.
And those make me nervous. Those, like, honestly, I get a little anxious about them if I pick them. But you have so much fun.
It's gonna go here.
There's a turn on my number 9
I guess
hole.
we're gonna go like here, and then maybe 7.
Look at you planning out over there.
This is just roughly what I think I'm gonna do. So let's see what will help me in this.
I do feel like when you get a map that is a little stranger layout wise, it is beneficial.
It is beneficial to do that. Yeah.
Out.
So I think I'm gonna take this one, and I have 3 spaces here. It'll go down 1. So I believe putting this kitty corner right here will be perfect. My 5 will start here. It'll go around and down. And then my 6 can potentially start here and start going up. Sure. And I think that would be great.
Is your 4 ending there?
This is my 4 where it's starting. And then my 5 would start here. And my
so they're
6
not
here.
going to be able to be in the circuit if you do that.
No, they will be. 3 hole is here, 4 tee box, 4's hole is here, 5 tee box.
I see.
Yep.
I thought 4 was coming down.
Nope. 4 is already going up.
That's why I got confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And 3 more. We have a 8, a 9, and a 10. All right. And this time I am first. And as much as I love that cross, I don't think it fits in my current plan. Unless I want to try to be crazy, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pass on it. So let's grab some bushes and start filling in some landscape. But I think I'm going to grab this hole instead.
Oh, that made my choice so much easier. I thought you were going to take the cross, and then I was going to have to choose between the landscape and
the cross is way too rich for my blood at the moment.
Yeah, all right. I was not expecting that. It was here. I really wasn't expecting that.
All right.
But it was going to be a tough choice if I had to pick between the bushes and get to go first or that hole, which was a 1, which I need.
All right. Yeah, and you would never grab the cross.
I know.
You're not confident enough in your layout ability. All right.
It's those poor spatial reasoning skills
Exactly.
I keep talking about.
All right, Melissa, you are up.
And look at that. And if I would have thought about it, I would have just taken the bushes anyways, because I would have gotten to go first to get this hole for 1. Mm-hmm. So I would have really thought about it. I would have taken it anyway. So 3 is done, and it's a par 4. There is a Mister, I believe, that wants everything to be a par 4. We played that one once, and it was very fun.
Yeah, that one was really, really restrictive, wasn't it?
But it was so fun.
It was. I'm going to grab this straightaway, even though I don't really want it. But I think I'm going to put it right here and most likely give up my turn on the hole number 6. So I won't be able to do that unless I move 7 up and 8 up and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how long that'll be. All right. Let's go ahead and grab 3 more.
And I'll pull this down.
A 1, a 5, and a 6. And I am first this time. Let's see. We have a 1 straightaway, which won't really help me. A 2 hole. I could just try to go for the turn on the 6. Let's see. I think I'm gonna try to go for it. Let's take this hole and let's put it. I think I'll try to go for the turn on the 7. So I'll put this right here. Kind of try to end my hole there. This means I will start hole 8 here, and hole 8 will probably go this way, and then hole 9 hopefully can turn that way. I think that will be a good call. All right, Melissa, you are up.
All right.
2 straightaways, both costing a par.
And so I believe my tee box is going to go here unless I get another turn, which I don't want to bank on getting another turn. Which means my 8 holes should go here.
Yeah. So you actually don't have.
I don't have a good
placement for that.
Let's see. I could put my 4 tee box here and go straight here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one. It doesn't have the person, but I get to go first.
But you get to go first, yeah. All right, 3 more. And 2 and 2 10s. And Melissa, go ahead and randomly pick one of those 10s to place out.
I like the artwork on this. They're like sword fighting with their gloves. It's really very tiny artwork, but I like it.
But it's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so Melissa, you're up first.
And I think I'm going to take this bush because, again, I'm trying to balance that.
Balance out your landscapes.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want either of those straightaways, if I'm being honest.
I had to really think it through.
Those straightaways are actually going to kill my course circuit if I grab them. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on this one. Melissa had a pass. Now I have a pass. So we're kind of evened up back there.
We are. Oh, and I'll pull this down.
We'll grab 3 more. Oh, 4 more apparently. All right. So a 1, a 6, and a 9. And I will go first. All right. These are much, much better. So I'm gonna grab the middle one, give up my right to go first, but I get 2 points for the popularity. So I will place this guy right here, and hole number 4 is a par 3, and it is completed. All right.
And I'm gonna also grab the tee box. I was hoping you want the right to go first, but that's okay. And I'm going to put it here. I could put it here, but it would be great if I could find a par 2 tee box to make this a 4 instead of a 3. But, you know.
We'll see.
We will see if that happens. They're in there.
You don't want to balance it out with a 5?
I could, but right now I'm pretty balanced.
9 and 11. All right, Melissa, you do get to go first.
I'm going to grab this for my 8.
Okay.
There's my 8. The end of my 8. Hoping to get a turn. If I don't, it's going to be really bad.
All right. I think I'm going to give up that right to go, or I'm going to give up the 2 people in order to go first. Because there is a curve coming up that I think I want. So, looking at my layout, it looks like a bush would be perfect right here in the corner since I'm planning on my 6 starting here and ending here. So I have no use for these spaces right here. So that will be what I play right there. Okay. 5, a 6, and an 8. And this goes away. Like I said before, I'm eyeballing this curve. Not only does it give me 2 points for Mr. Turner, it has 2 people on it, and I also am required at the moment with my planning to have a curve for hole 7.
You are requiring that.
So that fits perfectly in my design.
I am struggling. I'm
Yeah?
struggling there. I did say I was going to try to wait for a 2 tee box. But if I take that one, it'll be a hole or a par 3 and it would be done and I would get to go first. So it is tempting.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I care about going first in that next round because I don't necessarily love anything.
Straightaway a hole and another straightaway. Yeah.
So maybe I'll take this.
You do get 2 more people.
Get 2 more people. I could put it here in the hopes that I get a turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little risky, but I'm going to do it, I think.
And you'd want to look out for a turn that doesn't have more than 1 par.
Right.
Otherwise, that is a par 5. Or that's greater than
The
a par 5.
And and then I'd be over into the red on my par card. It's not as big of a penalty as I originally thought. Like I was
It's not a big penalty unless the opponent sees that and they know that they're going to get more points in the par.
That is true. And then they can make promises and whatnot.
It's all about really paying attention to kind of what your opponent is doing, especially in the advanced game where we have those promises.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to find out just little and subtle ways that you can kind of manipulate the game so that you come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think for this one, I'm going to go ahead and grab this hole right here. It has a person, and my hole 6 definitely needs a hole to end on.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I need to be on the lookout for a tee box with a 2. Otherwise, this hole is only going to be a par 2, which again puts me in the red.
Ooh, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to plan over here and not paying attention to you. All right. So 4's coming here, 5's going to come here. This is the last row I believe I can make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So I have to pay attention to that.
Yep.
So 5 can come here, 6 can come along here, but I can't go any farther that way. I could, I'd lose points. I don't like any of those.
Well, you always have the option to pass.
I think I might.
You gonna pass?
I am. It's my second pass, and you've passed once.
Yep.
So.
All right, let's draw 3 more. And we have a 2, a 5, and a 9. Okay. So, since you passed, you do get to go first.
And I think I'm hoping my 5 can go 1, 2, turn and end.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab this because it has a nice little
water
feature.
Yeah.
And that's actually touching that, even though it's kind of floating.
Okay. So my choice is a par 1 hole or a par 1 hole with a person, and easy enough in this game. I'm gonna go for that guy. And I think he will end up being my last hole. It'll be a very, very simple hole 9. And we'll see where I can actually end up starting and stopping on that.
Okay.
3 more come out, and we have a 1, 11, and a 9. And there's those angle ones that Melissa was talking about earlier.
You really like them.
I do like those.
Are you going to grab them?
I don't know if I'll be grabbing them on this one. They look so cool. And it's so nice when you can get them to work together and everything like that. But I think I am okay here. I don't like that straight away. I do need one final hole for my 8. And I think I'm gonna take it. Now, the question is, how do I want this to end up? My 8 has to start here. I want a curve on it. Or I can just make a short one, ignore the curve, and go for what I'm pretty sure is going to be the guaranteed finish for this. Just a tee box and a hole. I think I'm going to have to ignore the curve. So I'm going to go right here. This means that I have to have a curve for my hole 9. It's got to go right here. But I think that'll be okay.
All right, I'm going to grab these people because I don't want that straight away at the moment. I might live to regret it. I'm going to put it here.
All right, 3 more tiles. 1, a 3, and a 9.
There's another angled one for you.
Yes, there is, but I will not be taking that one. I'm going to end up taking this tee box. Like I said before, I need a 2 tee box so that my 6 doesn't turn into a hole of par 2. So it will be a par 3 now.
That is not where I thought you were going to put it.
No?
I thought you were going to put it in the number 8.
Number 8. I also need one there as well.
Yeah,
so
and you were just talking about it, so.
Both of those are valid placements for me at the moment.
All right, I'm going to take this guy here and put it here.
And that has, what, 2 people on it? 3 people? 2 people?
I think, yeah.
All right, 2 people, so that is 2 popularity points. Okay, let's see what comes out now. We have a 7, a 10, and a 9. 9 and 10. Melissa, you are up first. What are you thinking on this one?
I think I'm gonna go here. I'd like
Get
the
that
first
pond?
one and yes.
Yep.
And I think 5 is gonna start here. So I think this is a valid place for this. Who knows? I might be blocking myself in.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this couple that's walking in the forest, and they're gonna go ahead and just place right here since I can't put anything there anyway, hole-wise. So that is a perfect landscape tile.
Here are all these corners.
Mr. Turner does not like to provide us with corners. All right, do you want to pick one of those 5?
Yes.
And there we go. All right, Melissa, you are up first.
Whew.
That was my fear, is that the corners wouldn't come out. That's why I didn't make it so that 8 needed a corner, because I started to notice a pattern here.
I need a few corners. I need a few corners, sorry. I was muffled. I had my hand over my mouth. Okay.
What are you taking?
What am I taking? It's really about the hole or the tee box. If I take the tee box, I can finish off 9. If I take the hole, I could place it here for my 7. Or my 5 is going to be really tight. I'm going to take it for my 5, I think.
Okay.
Actually, I can't because I want it to end here. I can't just have it floating in the middle of nowhere. So I can't take it for my 5.
Oh, the hole. Okay.
I can't take it for the 5. I could take it for something else,
Right.
though.
And there's also the tee box as well.
I think I'm going to take the tee box,
The
actually.
tee box?
I'm going to put it here for my 5.
Okay.
Changed my mind.
Well, that doesn't really leave me in a great position because I don't need a hole. I have all of the holes that I require. But I think I can squeeze this landscape tile right here and basically guarantee that hole 8 is going to be a 2-tile hole.
That's true. I guess I was thinking it had to be a 2-tile hole before, but you could
No, I could have broke my circuit and put a turn in there, but I decided not to. All right, 3 more tiles come out, and a 2, a 7, and a 13. This tile goes in here. And let's see what we got. A tee box, a landscape, and a straightaway. I think at this point I'm going to grab that landscape tile. That will help me start finishing off. I'll use a kitty corner right here since these tiles don't actually count to place my landscape here. Then my 9 can curve, and I will have 2 placements up here for more. Actually, oh, no, I have 6 spots right here. I have a lot of room there. I didn't even notice that.
Your map is weird.
Yep, so I'll have 2 here and 3 up here for landscape tiles.
I was thinking of passing because I really want to go first, and I didn't think I wanted that straightaway tile, but I think I'm okay if I take it here as long as this is my hole. I think I'm okay. So I think I'm going to take it. But if I passed, I'd be up 2 passes on you. Right now I'm only up 1.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that.
So as of right now, it looks like I might end up finishing before you, but we'll see how it goes. All right, we have a 2, a 3, and a 12. Melissa, what are you thinking?
All right, I do not know.
Well, you went first.
Well, I mean, I know what I want. So that when I said I don't know where I'm putting it. I could put it here for my 5. I could put it here for my 8. I mean, I could even put it here for my 6 and try to make my 6 turn.
Yeah.
But I need to make my 8 and my 5 turn. So I shouldn't put it on my 6 where it's an option at the moment. I'm going to put it up here for the 5.
And looking at the reference sheet, that counts as 1 pool. So 1 water feature.
Okay. It's got, but I didn't even notice I was so focused on the
turn
that I didn't even notice it had a water feature on it.
All right. Like I said before, I don't need a hole, so let's go ahead and grab this landscape, and it's got 3 people on it. So I will put this kitty corner to this landscape tile, which is still valid, because these guys, once again, do not count for tile placement.
All right.
We are getting close to the end of this one. All right, we have a 2, a 9, and a 10. And Melissa, you're up on this one.
Okay. I know what I'm going to take. I'm going to take this 2 because I've been waiting for it for my 9. So my 9 is now a par 4.
Yeah, I was actually happy there was a 2 and a 3, so both things that I could use. I will go ahead and take this 3 to finish off hole number 8, which looks to be a tricky par 4 with 2 people on it.
Right, what a good turn.
All right, 3 more tiles.
2, 4, 6. I don't know. I keep counting. I keep second guessing myself.
1, a 2, and an 8.
I believe the last time we played, I miscounted, and it really messed me up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this 1 tee box here.
Okay.
For my hole number 6.
And I will go ahead and grab this landscape tile with 2 people and a puppy on it. Even though the puppy does not matter here. I'm just going to go ahead and kitty corner this guy. Right there.
Bring this down.
1, a 3, and a 13. I don't need a hole, and I can't use a straightaway. I have to pass. You still need a few holes.
I do still need a few holes. And I could take that 3 hole and make this a par 5.
And get 3 more water features.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see the water. Why am I not paying attention to that?
That is... Mrs. Sprinkle is really going to love your course design. I am pretty dry over here. All right, 3 more. 6, 10, and an 11. And I am required to grab this turn for my hole number 9.
Okay. I'm going to grab this 2 tee box. I almost passed along with you because I would like some, well, I actually need 2 turns still. So
yeah,
just hoping over here. I'm going to put this down here for my 8.
Fortunately, there is another turn coming up next, but it does have a par associated with it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
All right. We have a 1, a 6, and an 11.
Did not place my 5 par here.
And I'm grabbing this tee box because I need to finish off a couple of these. I'm in desperate need for some tee boxes. So I'm going to place it on 5, which will give me a par 3 on hole number 5. It is not actually looking that great for me on pars right now, as I have a few 3s and not a lot of room to make a par 5. So I need some really complex tee boxes to come my way.
And I'm balanced so far. I have a 3 and a 5, a 4, a 4. I have a 5, so I need another 3. So when I take that...
How likely is it you'll get a 3, though?
Right.
I mean, that one right there is already 3.
Right.
This one's a 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's not really looking great.
It is not. So I think I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
There are not a lot. I feel like there's more corners and turns with par than without. So I'm not going to hold out for a blank one. And I might just have to give up my dream of 36 par. As
long as you didn't promise it, it's not that big of a deal.
It's so like neat and tidy. I love it when it works out.
Yeah, I'm a big stickler for the circuit. I find it really difficult to not make a nice, neat circuit where they all connect.
I agree with that as well. I feel like this is a time when I have like a type A personality. Like, it's not actually type A. I'm a rule follower, and I feel like these are rules, and I need to follow them.
They're general guidelines.
Okay, it feels a little less like I'm breaking the rules, and I feel a little less anxious with you saying they're general guidelines.
All right, Melissa, you do get to go first on this one.
Okay, so see, I'm going to take this turn because I'm so scared of turns not coming up, and it has 2 water features in it, and it's going to be another par 5 on my 8.
Wow.
I think it's worth it.
Now you have to be careful with all your par 5s. You're going to have to start grabbing black cubes in order to make up for those. And those are negative points.
I know.
So.
I know it.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this landscape tile. It'll be a nice little empty area to fill up over here.
I don't have 6 or 8
and
or 6 or 7 done. And I was just thinking, why do I have so few green cubes as you're explaining it to me? All right.
Okay. We have a 2, a 6, and a 9. And I desperately need this tee box, so I'm going to grab that and put it right here to make 7 a par 3.
Here. This is going to end here. Then this is going to start here. And unless it's a 2, I don't think I need any landscaping tiles.
No? You're all filled up with your hole?
I think so. Oops,
all
I'm
right.
sorry.
So you're passing once again.
So this is, how many times over am I on you? Is this 2 now?
This might be 2. I've lost track. I need 3 tiles left.
I need 3 tiles. 2.
3 to fill in your entire thing?
No, I need 4. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know how to count.
You're only 1 over on me because I did pass that one other time. Okay, and we got all 6s this time.
All right, you pick
this
one.
This is a good sign.
I'll pick one.
And that one goes on the last one.
Okay.
All right, Melissa, you are up.
I think the easiest thing for me is going to be to take this hole. I'm going to have to give up the circuit unless I do a 2-hole and then get a landscaping.
That tee box there would give me a par 2 on my hole 9, and the straightaway doesn't help me. So I'm actually going to pass, which means that we are kind of catching up.
All right, what do I do here? Yep.
We both have 3 tiles left that we need. You said you're giving up on your circuit?
I think, yeah, I have to unless I can make this hole.
And another visit right near the end.
What did I don't even remember what I promised. That's a sad thing.
It's never good. So another visit from the investors to help see what we are building. So
You have to look at your board too.
looking at promises, what do I want to promise?
Oh no, I dropped a promise.
I think I do want to make a promise. And let's go with that one. Did you make one?
I did.
Yeah, so we both got 3 promises. And from my experience, those tend to make or break the game. All right, so I am up first. I don't think I can afford to pass again. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this tee box with a person to finish my hole number 9. And that is only a par 2. Which leaves me with a lot of cubes that I didn't use. And I believe each one of those are negative.
That is interesting. I'm going to take this.
If they are, I may have made a dire mistake. All right, let's go ahead and grab 3 more tiles. A 1, a 2, and an 11. All right, I'm going to grab this couple, holding hands again. They are going to go right here.
You done with all your holes?
I have all my holes completed. I just need 1 landscape tile up here in the corner.
Okay. I think I'm going to grab this one. I could do my circuit and put that there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give up on the circuit. Ugh, breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah, but I think that you're going to end up actually beating me for the quickest. 4, a 5, and a 13. So I'm first. I can't use any of those. I have to pass.
And I'm going to take this.
Yep.
Oops, excuse me. And put it right there. And it's a par 3. I need 2 black cubes, please.
2 black.
We have the opposite problem this time. You have extra cubes, and I have 2 negative black.
I didn't realize how many how many cubes I still had left.
Jeez, that's a lot.
That is.
You are not balanced.
I am not.
I wish this board was inset. It's such a mess.
Yeah, they can get messy. Okay, So now Melissa is done with her land, and I can choose now to stop if I want, and I will be one short right there.
I feel like my course is so nice and tidy.
Okay, looking at the board, I can choose to stop. If I do, I will lose 1 point because of my missing tile. Or I can grab this guy with 3 people on him. That means Melissa would grab one and place it face down, giving her 3 points. So that would basically cancel out, but it would allow me to fill in that hole. So I think that, in essence, puts me 1 point ahead. And depending on promises that have been made, if we've made popular or if we've made fast promises, that's really what it would determine. I think I am going to grab it and see what happens. So I'm going to grab this tile. I'm going to put it right there. And Melissa, you get to grab one more.
And since it was the last round, we just didn't draw new tiles.
Yes, that's correct. Because now we will be stopping, and that will be the end of the game. All right. So we can go ahead and take these away.
We don't need these boards either.
Nope. And we will focus on the scoring aspect. All right. So the very first thing we score with our design is the popularity of your mini golf course. And what this is how many people are on your mini golf course. So let's go ahead and count those up. All right, I have 44.
38.
38. You usually kill me on those.
I did, and then you started focusing on it, and now I haven't been killing you on that.
All right,
anymore.
so those were the people in our course. Next is as fast as you can. So this is how many tiles you have that you didn't use because you finished first. Melissa has 1, which gives her 3 points. All right. Next up is the satisfying Mrs. Client. So Mrs. Client is the Mrs. Sprinkle, who gives us 2 points per water pool that we have. And she is not going to be happy with my course. It only has 2 pools for 4 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
For 22 points. Wow. So adding my 4 points to my score, and then adding Melissa's 22 gives her a total right now of 63 to my 48. That is big. So those were the 3 that we've scored. All right. Next up, we are scoring the whim of Mr. Client. So Mr. Turner wants turns in all of his holes. He is probably not going to be very happy with mine either. Let's go ahead and see. You get 2 points for each hole with a turn.
16.
And I have 10.
I don't know where the 16 is.
So adding my 10 gives me 58. And 6 and 10 gives you 79. And actually, I forgot to put these actually go up here.
Yeah, so Tom got first place in popularity, and I got second.
And then fast, you got first place here, and you got first place here. And that helps keep track for the end promises. All right. Next up is the 36 cubes in the green area. So you get 2 per hole inside the green area. And I have all but 1, which would be 16 points for that.
And I have all my holes end in the green area. So I'm at 18. So
that is 18 to start with. Then -1 for every black cube. and you have 2, and then I have, again, 6 that I didn't use. That is a killer. I didn't even notice that I wasn't using that many. So I am down to 10 while she has 16. So that gives me 68. And we put 6 and then 10 gives her 95. All right. Oops, that was the wrong style.
Oh, did I give you the wrong one? Sorry.
Finally, the land card is next. Oh, yeah, thank you very much. The land card is next. So however many points you have on your land card. So I have 21.
And I have 19.
You have 19. Then you subtract for every missing tile you have. You subtract 1. And for every tile that's outside the land, you subtract 3. Neither of us had those stipulations, so that is our final score. So you get 19. So 5, 19 for 114. And then I get 21 for 69, 70, 89 right here. And form a circuit. So you get 2 holes for every adjacent hole. So the total, the highest you can get is 20 in this because the 9th hole, the tee box counts as well.
You get 2 points per if the tee box starts at your entrance and then the hole matches the next tee box.
Correct. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18, and I do in fact get 20 on this.
I'm at 14 here. This one doesn't connect. 16, 18. I missed 1.
18. So I go up 20, which would put me at 109, and then you go up 18, which would put you at, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 132. All right. So now it comes down to the promises that we've made. So in a 2-player game, if you've made a promise and you are in first place, you get 10 points for that promise. If you've made a promise and you are in second place, you lose 10 points for that promise. So first is the promise to design a popular mini golf course. Did you promise it?
No.
No, nobody promised a popular mini golf course, and I should have. As fast as you can. Did you promise that?
I did.
You did. Wow, you never promised those.
I realized,
and you were on the verge of not having that be hit.
But I realized that this is always in my control because I can always stop when you stop and just not allow you to take tiles. So this is the first promise I made.
That is correct, but you know you would end up losing, and it is a dangerous thing.
It
but
is.
It paid off for you.
It did.
You get 10 points for that. The satisfaction of satisfying Mrs. Client's whim.
I did promise that.
Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? You were going crazy on it. And luckily I did not promise that. Mr. Client's whim.
I did promise that.
And that is another 10 points for you. And I believe that completes all of your promises. My promises line up with the end. Par, I really made a mistake not realizing I had this many cubes left over. So that is actually subtracting 10 points for me. Then I do have a land promise, which gives me my 10 points back. And then I do have a circuit promise, which gives me 10 more points. And that will do it. Melissa's course destroyed my course with a score of 162 to 119. And that was a full playthrough of Minigolf Designer, and Melissa absolutely crushed me on that one.
I did.
Yep.
I feel like it was my favorite course that I've made. I just liked the way it looked a lot.
Yeah, this game is quickly climbing up my rankings, and I think it's starting to become my favorite tile laying game. I'm absolutely ecstatic that we got this game on Kickstarter.
it is really fun, and I'm glad we like it because I know you were very excited.
I was.
When you backed it.
Yes,
so I'm glad we liked it.
that's true. All right, we are gaming side by side. If you want, check out the other videos on our channels for more playthroughs, and stay tuned. We will also be posting more playthroughs of Minigolf Designer.
Thanks for watching.